Alright, so it is back to school season, guys. As this video is going up today, it is our first day of school. Right now, as I'm filming this, it's our first day of in-service, exactly 1 week before the first day of school. So, I had to get my cleaning supplies out of my storage unit. It's on the way to the place where I park 819, so went ahead and stopped by here to get my cleaning supplies, which I'll show you here in a bit. I keep them in the tire chain box. But, just figured I'd get my 3 buses together. So of course we got bus 97, my newest one, 2004 Bluebird International from Wood County, 819 the 2020 Thomas C2 from Cabell County, and 23 the 2002 Bluebird FS65 from Barber County. So I just pulled them up the way they were parked. I put 819 kind of between the two because 97 was back there, 23 is back there. So I just kind of put 819 in a spot where I could just pull them both forward and get this video. So I thought this was pretty cool. We'll go over, there's a new thing on 23 we'll go over in another video. Let's go ahead and start them all up. Might as well. Then we'll do a walk around of the 3 of them together, and we will talk about, I got 3 sets of bus keys in my pocket. So, yeah, 3 sets of bus keys. I thought maybe I left one of them on one of the buses, but nope. But here we go. So of course we got the 7.3 T444E. Ironically, this is the smallest bus, and it's got the largest engine displacement. Doesn't necessarily mean the largest engine, but the largest engine displacement. Of course, this one's got the 6.7 Cummins in it. Let me get the keys out of my pocket if I can find them. We got our uniforms today, that's what all that stuff is. Door here. There's our mileage. They used it a little bit over the summer. It had 82,669 when I picked it up. I forget exactly what it was when I dropped it off, but they put a few hundred miles on it over the summer, so they use it for trips and summer school routes and stuff. But go ahead and put this thing in high idle. Now, bus 23. Close that door. Maybe. It's gotten there late. Open this to keep it from leaking. And you know what? Turn on the lights. And the hazards on all these, because why not? Might as well. Do the warning lights on this one too. And well, we might as well on 819. I have my camera here. I'm gonna get pictures of these 3 together before I leave, but there's all 3 buses together currently. Go around the side of 23 here. Y'all have seen this bus a million times, but it's my favorite out of the 3 of them. Don't let the other 2 know that though. Here's the back view. And of course, you all have seen 97 a few times in the last couple of weeks, especially if you're watching this right as it uploads. But that's a pretty cool picture. But anyways, we'll focus on 819 now. This is kind of the main focus of today's video. Thing with it is no more videos on 819. So there's a good reason behind it. I'll show you where I mentioned this earlier, but there's my cleaning supplies I had to come get in my storage unit. But good reason behind this decision. I really don't want to do it, but the thing is, I should have really kind of thought about what I was doing whenever I started showing off my route buses and stuff. Not that my kids are at any danger or anything, but there is a risk associated with that, and I apologize about that. There was an individual who he didn't, try to come after my kids or anything, but he tried coming after me personally. Had mentioned in a Discord server that specifically he didn't know my middle name, so he couldn't find my personal information, which is just weird. And I thought about, I don't want anybody coming after, coming after my kids or nothing. I don't want to keep putting my kids at risk doing this. So from now on, nothing more about my route buses. You'll still see the brand new buses when they come in. You'll still see the old buses when they retire or go to the spare line. But none of the ones that I'm driving anymore. So if I go on a different bus, you won't be seeing it. If I get a new bus, you won't be seeing it. I will probably go out of my way to choose a different new bus to do a video on. But the same individual, I think it was the same individual, had emailed the boss of one of my friends asking some stuff about stuff he'd seen on his YouTube channel, and I don't know, it's kind of unsettling. Like, I think it's not technically an invasion of privacy, but it feels like it. I mean, that's all public information out there, but it's just kind of weird. It's kind of creepy. Don't do that. So I really hate to do this, but it's just not worth the risk. It's not worth the risk of the safety or the well-being of my students. It's not worth, risking my job over. So I got to choose my main form of income over some YouTube videos that I would like to make, but I can't. It is what it is, and I'm sorry that I have to do that, but you all won't be seeing anything from 819. I mean, you might see a thing here or two, like here and there, but I really doubt it. I'm probably not going to be making any more videos on that bus anymore, or whatever buses come after. If I bid on a different route and get it, or whatever, you won't be seeing it anymore. And I really hate to do that, but it's the 0.01% that really ruin it for the other 99.99% of people. Especially whenever you work in an industry like I do, when you work with kids, it's not worth the hassle. So one last look at 819. Say goodbye. Do whatever you feel like you want to. I guess in the comments, say goodbye, or farewell, adios. Like I said, I really hate to do it, but it is what it is. Just somebody had to go too far, and I don't want that to come back on me. I don't want that to come back, but especially I don't want that to come back on my students or my co-workers or anything like that. So but I did drive this for a one-day summer school thing. It's called a climb program, where they had the incoming 6th graders and 9th graders go to their new schools, and they had us do the transportation to and from home. So turn on that air conditioning. That crank. But yeah, I just figured I'd make this one last little video here. We'll go back outside and look at the engine one more time, just because I'm trying to show everything off one last time. So shut the door for the reds to turn off. There we go. And really, like, I don't blame Noah or Cameron for not making their route buses, or in Cameron's case, making the school district he works for, or contractor, or whoever, you know. I don't blame him for keeping all that information private. And I should have done the same thing, really. I mean, looking back on it, you know, you should have really done the same thing, but they say hindsight's 20/20, so for those of you who are okay with, you know, sharing your bus number, your employer, and all that stuff, all power to you. But it's not something I'm willing to do anymore, and it's really unfortunate that it's come to this point. But it is what it is. So I figured I'd send 819 off in a meaningful way, as far as the YouTube channel is concerned. Not that I've made very many videos about this thing, but I figured I'd send it off in a meaningful way. You know, doing something cool, neat, fun, and something that really kind of would be more interesting than me just pointing a camera at it like I normally do. So turn on the hazards on all these buses. But I really appreciate you all watching. I appreciate the 99.9% of you that aren't creepy, that aren't trying to find personal information on those people that you watch on YouTube, and 99.9% of you that you know, are good members of the channel. Really appreciate everybody's support and everything. Of course, you're still going to see videos on 23, you're still going to see videos on 97. That's the only one you're not going to see any videos on anymore. So I guess that'll be about it, though. Adios, 819. Thanks for watching.